kids, welcome to another episode of Sunday School to Go. I'm Pastor Katie, and I'm from St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Verona, New York. And this is the second story for the month of January, but we are actually putting January and February together. So you will be getting one activity bag that's got stuff in it for January and February both. And if you are not getting bags from our church and you'd like to, let us know because we'd be happy to send you one of our bags. Okay, this story number 2, this is a story about Mary and Martha. Although actually this telling of the story is mostly about Martha, but you'll see. You will see. Okay, Mary and Martha are sisters, and that's part of the story too. I'm going to read this story to you from the Family Story Bible by Ralph Milton, published by Westminster John Knox Press. And he calls this story, Martha Learns About Food. Martha learns about food. All right, here we go. Martha liked to help people. She liked to work hard. She liked to make things. Most of all, Martha liked to cook. Martha could make wonderful things to eat. Martha lived in a house with her sister Mary and her brother Lazarus. One of their special friends was Jesus. Martha liked to cook for Jesus, and Jesus loved to eat good food. It was hard work for Jesus to help so many people. Crowds of people followed him everywhere. He talked with them and tried to show them how much God loved them, but it made Jesus very tired. Sometimes when Jesus was tired, he would go and visit his friends, Martha and Mary. As Jesus walked toward her house, Martha saw that he was tired. "You just go and sit down and relax," Martha said to Jesus. "I will cook you some really nice food." Martha thought that her sister Mary would help her. Instead, Mary sat down to talk with Jesus. Jesus liked to talk with Mary and Martha. It was a hot day. Martha was working very hard. She could hear Mary and Jesus talking together in the other room. "Why should I do all this work?" Martha thought. "Mary is just sitting around, not doing anything." Martha became angry. She marched into the other room. "Don't you care?" she asked Jesus. "Don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work? Tell Mary to help me." "Martha, Martha," Jesus said, "don't worry so much about cooking. You are a very kind person, but you need to sit down and rest a little too. Come and talk with Mary and me." "Aren't you hungry?" asked Martha. "Yes, I am," said Jesus. "I'm hungry for your kind of food. I'm also hungry for another kind of food that Mary and I are sharing." "I don't understand," said Martha. "There is another kind of food, Martha. It isn't food you eat with your mouth. It is food that helps you grow inside." Martha wiped her hands and sat down beside Jesus. "The kind of food that you are making feeds us for a day," said Jesus. "But you and I also need God's love. God's love is a kind of food that feeds us for our whole lives." "Now I see," said Martha. "We need both kinds of food to be strong." "That's right," smiled Jesus. "So let's sit and talk for a while. We'll share one kind of food, then after a while, we'll both help you prepare the other kind." And I think that's the end of that part of the story, that little bit of Jesus' story. So there's probably some stuff in that story maybe some of you can relate to. Maybe, not always getting along with your brother or your sister, or maybe wishing people would help you, or, wishing they would do what you want them to do. And sometimes we get angry at people, but I always like that story, how Jesus says, it's okay, there's time for both. There's room for both talking and eating. That kind of food and that kind of food. And it's good to rest and it's good to work. And there's balance, right? We need balance in life. So let's see here. Ooh, what do we have? Oh, we've got several things for this story. Okay, we've got a little, oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, I just discovered some stuff for the story, the last story. But we have some pages, activity pages for Mary and Martha. Looks like coloring pages. Oh, and a word search and a crossword puzzle. And another coloring page. And then we have a cool little foam scene that, looks like there's you can put a little string on it. It can be like a scene that you hang on the wall. And you can see, actually I'll show you, you can see the expression on Martha's face. She doesn't look very happy. She looks kind of angry. And then there's Mary. There you can tell Martha's cooking. So you can put together this scene how you think it might have looked. And while you're doing that, you can think about, how Mary might have felt. How Mary might have felt, how Martha might have felt, how Jesus might have felt. You can think about how you might have felt. What if you were there in the room too and you were watching all this happen? I mean, what would you do? I don't know. So think about all these things about this story while you're doing those activities. And we've got a couple more activities coming up for you in the same activity bag. So those are the January stories, those two stories, Hannah and Mary and Martha. And then we're going to have 2 more stories now for February. So make sure to join us again for the next episode of Sunday School to Go. Bye, everybody.